Hi, I'm Brian Ziegler. I'm very happy to be here with Julia Bullock to talk about Juilliard Opera's upcoming production of Massenet's Cendrillon, which will play at Juilliard from April 23 to 27. Julia, thanks for joining us. It's wonderful to be talking with you.
Thank you. Delighted to be here.
This is your third year at Juilliard and your second big opera with us. The first one was Cunning Little Vixen, which you performed last year. Tell us about some of the differences between doing these two roles.
The role of Vixen, well, how I envisioned her is almost like the ideal human. She's not obsessed with her past. She's not plagued by anything, really. And she's sort of a pleasure seeker. I don't know if that's ideal, but Cendrillon, on the other hand, is really melancholic, and actually she's not really forward-looking at all. It's so much is drawing her backwards in time, a lot of grief, and but then she has this amazing dream world that she retreats to in order to attach her, well, bring her forward into a reality that, well, a dream that eventually comes true.
Yeah. There are a lot of versions of Cinderella out there. Probably you grew up with your own notion of who Cinderella is. What is it about Massenet's operatic version that's unique, and how does it speak to you?
Well, I think, like I said before, there's something about her, the darkness in her past, and he pulls even from just her opening melodies. I mean, it's almost these like modal tunes that he has, and very childlike. But then there's something as she develops and as she kind of comes into herself, the music becomes way more complex, very rich, supple. And sensuous, yeah.
And I think we also have a lot of myths about how Prince Charming and Cinderella interact. How do they interact in this show? I think that the portrait of Prince Charming is also kind of interesting and quirky.
He doesn't view himself as an ideal candidate, actually, to be a prince.
Yeah.
And sort of like Cendrillon never envisioned herself as a princess. And so when they encounter each other for the first time, they're kind of recognizing themselves. And it's just a soul-to-soul connection in a way.
This has been a really exciting season for you as a mixture of recital and opera. You had a very successful recital debut presented by young concert artists, which I was delighted to be at. You then proceeded to immediately win the Naumburg Award, which is really exciting, and then almost immediately into Cendrillon. What is it like to juggle all these disparate kinds of art forms?
Yeah, well, I guess I don't view them so much as disparate.
Okay.
And I'm finding a way to streamline, well, I guess just myself in life into my performing self, not viewing it as such a transformation. So, yeah, it's just a broadening and sort of an expanding.
Well, working with you in recital and seeing you in recital and seeing what a deep and rich character you could invent in a 2 or 3 minute song, to get to see you in a several hour opera is a real thrill.
Well, we'll see if I can do that.